Good morning, everyone. Today's Monday, March the 18th. I've been out of pocket for a week, traveling with Schwab, then the Big Ten tournament, just enjoying a little bit of life back to the edges here and taking a look at the ES. Hey, here's the very interesting thing. See this number 2812 to 2814? This is actually a weekly support level that's very, very important. Now, at the top of this range, and we're going to be looking at the dailies today because we want to see what's going on. The first thing we can see is some negative divergence. And so we can also see to the left that we've got selling pressure that's been present in the past that is likely to be present in the present. So we're going to be watching for that. What is the overall pattern? Listen, pullbacks are buy zones. They simply are. This negative divergence, it just says, hey, I'm not going to hold these highs. I'm going to come back. I'm going to look for support. That support could be really low, 27.90. It could be really high, 28.14, or it could be in between. What we do know is the following. If you take a long, you want to be very cautious about holding that long to break out. Could it break out and move dramatically? Absolutely. Take a look at this. That's just an elevator shaft. But normally, we take the elevator down and the escalator up. And so don't chase the trade. Bullish is certainly still the way to be, as long as we're sitting up above this weekly close at 28.16. That would have been a bearish breakdown for us. We did not have it. It held, so we hold bullish into the edge. You know, a lot of folks are saying, gosh, I wish I didn't have to look so much at the chart right now because it seems like some formations say, hey, you know what, it's a good short, and then it turns right around and all of a sudden it's a long. Here's the reason that that's the case. We're not trending. We're not in a trending pattern. We are recovering off of a very deep pullback, and that pullback still is holding this kind of formation, right? So this looks like a potential head and shoulders pattern, but I have to say that in my estimation, what we are going to be looking at is a big patch just like this. And you can see October, November, December, March, April, May, and potentially all the way into September, because we've had such a big break to the upside since the year started. That's going to be something for us to be concerned about. Today, pullbacks are buy zones. How do you know where you've got the best edge? Where's your best edge? Where did everybody become buyers after they were clearly sellers? That's where you're going to start looking. And it's going to be as high as 2021. And essentially, it could be as low as 2802 today. We have no idea what the day brings, but we can look at these edges and go, oh, they're not holding that, then I need to step down. That's how you've got to think about things. We've got nothing that's showing up as hard evidence in one direction or another right now. There's too much flux. And flux is okay. You just got to roll with it. And if you have trouble rolling with it, I would suggest that's something to work on, because you have got to roll with it in this kind of market. Take a look right here. Now we are looking at the current contract, and so you're going to see this choppy action back here for not a lot of motion, but the same thing, resistance. Not so much technical divergence. So the pullback could be shallow, but it could last all day, right? Where was the last place buyers definitively became sellers, or sellers definitively became buyers? Right down there at 72.68. Listen, that's almost 100 points from where we are right now. Okay? So you're going to have to look for those edges and say, wow, can I wait? And I would say patience is definitely going to be a way to manage this formation right now. You have just got to sit on your hands and go, listen, is it worthwhile for me to put my coin at risk if I can't see a definitive edge? And don't be so excited to chase price out. Realize that price action could run, but it also could stall. And if you're going to watch it run and take it into a run, look for where buyers definitively become sellers if you're looking for a short, or sellers definitively become buyers if you're looking for a long. Taking a look at the YM is the only one having significant near-term trouble. We know because of the weighted Boeing event that is the case. But you know what? News is coming in and Boeing is stalled out at 370. I know I should have some swing trades up, folks, but I like to have swing trades that are giving me motion in the market that's solid and not open to spaces where I go, well, I don't want to put out a trade that's a, well, I would rather be a little bit more firm, and I am just not seeing too many of those, though I am still looking, and we will be putting some more of those together. Right now, I would say, listen, just, whoopsie, just take a look, I'm glad I always default to that, just take a look at where old support is going to recapture as support, and then watch this shift up into its edges. It's still bullish, but it's got some pressure, right? And so that pressure should say, if I get up into this range, I'm probably going to see sellers. As long as I hold this support zone here at around 25,800, I'm going to see a few more buyers engage. Taking a look at oil. Now, here's the thing. We have two edges we can look at. Sellers, definitively coming in here. Sellers, all of a sudden they're buyers, right? Now, you know my language around this environment has been the same. Hedge funds, very bullish. They're going to do everything they can to push it into the levels they want, at which point they're going to start fading. So wherever that ends up being is what we have to watch for. Essentially, if we put in our template here and we look for general momentum, right, in this time frame, and it is pulling in all of our motion. Let's take it to the daily here. We're seeing that we've got a lot of upside pressure. Pullbacks remain buy zones. They do. Now, what do we notice? We're a little divergent. Does that matter? No, it doesn't. We were divergent here. Pullback, buy zone. So what do you want to do? You want to watch for where buyers overcame all the sellers and started moving up. That's here at about 58.20, 58.30. Or if you say, hey, I want to take that breakout, you're going to look for 58.97 to 59 in order to get engaged, realizing that if it starts stalling out intraday, you're going to have to watch yourself very, very carefully, because we can have these pretty big fades, and they can go all day. And in the end, what happens is somebody comes and pulls it back. OPEC's put its meeting off for April. They said, hey, we're not going to meet. We're going to wait until June before we talk about new outputs, because we want to see Iran sanctions. We want to see what happens with Venezuela sanctions. And then we'll tell you what we're going to do. All right? Finally, we take a look at gold. Gold is in a flag pattern, right? I do want to look at the day here, because here's the thing. We're still holding support, and this is still relative resistance. So what do? If we're taking a look at this motion, I'm going to suspect we have the same kind of behavior. Up on these edges, going to give us a little bit of trouble. Take a look at where the momentum is sitting. Neutral to negative, and that means sideways action, with the propensity to buyers coming in on the deep dips. And that's how you have to interpret this kind of momentum behavior in my mind. Just take a look for those very deep dips. Daily support edges become resistance, resistance edges become support, and go for it. And right now, we're up pretty close to resistance. Could we turn around and break out? Absolutely. Just about anything can happen in the market. Your job is to say, wait, if 1306 is my resistance, and I breach resistance, what does that mean? One, I'm going to retest it and fail, or I'm going to retest it and hold and go to the next edge. That's what we have to look for. Good luck trading today.